Hello, everyone. Kyle Fridland of the Fantasy Simpletons. With Week 10 officially at a close, it is time for the Waiver Wire. The Week 11 edition. Thank you so much for joining me here today. We're going to be going over all the major positions of quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and tight end. And I'm going to be choosing two at each position that I feel like people should be paying attention to, or even pick up off the waiver wire, whether it's for streaming, for stashes, or just simply to get a good starter on your team. We'll start with the quarterbacks here, as you can already see on the screen. We got two quarterbacks that are actually going to be facing each other this week. It's going to be the Steelers and the Bengals in a divisional matchup for Week 11. And both Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers, very interesting. Both around the same amount of availability. We're going off of percentage for ESPN. 33% for Joe, 34% for Aaron Rodgers. Now for Joe Flacco, this is more of an easy case. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. It's great for both cases because the Steelers are still a terrible pass defense, and the Cincinnati Bengals are somehow way worse. One of the worst pass defenses that I've ever seen. And the last time these two teams had faced each other, a lot of people they were calling it Unk Bowl. Dude, we're gonna get Unk Bowl 2.0 again. These guys are gonna look like they're 25 going at each other. Now, Joe Flacco has already proven that he is very productive in this offense. With T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, he gets the best out of his receiving options. Even Chase Brown, he's an automatic start for this week, I think. Even in most leagues, even if you have a decent quarterback, you should really consider him this week. And Aaron Rodgers is a consideration too. And I know he just had a terrible matchup on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, but every offense needs a good reset. And I mean, come on, it's the Bengals. Pretty much everybody does well against the Bengals. The Bengals are an automatic start no matter who's facing them. So for this week, a head-to-head matchup, I think, are both very playable. If we move forward here, we're going to go to the running backs. The running backs are actually becoming a lot more of slim pickings now. Like, it's very hard to find new guys on the running back waiver wire because all the good guys end up getting snatched up. All the starters are gone. All the potential rookies or backups with very high upside are gone. So you got to start shifting your strategy. If you're a very good team, you got to start looking for great handcuffs, backup options, and players that could be coming back in significant roles when they come back from injury. That's why I have these two right here also facing each other. The Cardinals and the Niners facing in Week 11. Brian Robinson is one of the best handcuffs you can possibly have right now behind Christian McCaffrey. He's even been getting a couple touchdowns as of late in the last couple of games. He's been getting more touches on the ground. Absolutely, if you have Christian McCaffrey, find any way you can to get this guy on your starting roster. Not starting roster, sorry. Any way to get this guy on your roster, just as in general. But on the Trey Benson side of things, it becomes a lot more interesting. He had to take about 4 to 6 weeks off to get, microscopic knee surgery, something along those lines. But he's supposed to come back pretty soon, within like the next week or two. And when he does come back, I mean, who is he going to compete with? Amari DiMarcado, Bam Knight, he should be able to slide right back into that possible starting role, a role that they seem to be getting him prepped and ready for as a player in the NFL. So I think both guys, absolutely, you should take the chance and start stashing running backs right away. Because as you get closer to the playoffs, it's going to be crunch time. We got some receiving options now. Now, I decided to put Alec Pierce in here, even though this week the Colts are on a bye, so you won't see any immediate production from him. But he's been very sneakily like one of the most underrated wide receivers this season. He's put up a lot of very consistent production, and the last couple of weeks have been some of the best weeks he's had all season, possibly maybe even his career. So even though he is on a bye, I think he is a guy you should pick up, you should have on your roster. I think he can be a flex player pretty much on any given week, and he's still available in a good chunk of leagues, still almost 2/3 leagues. And on the other side, if you don't like that, how about Tez Johnson? Now, I've always been a little uh, standoffish with Tez, mostly because he's a great playmaker, but I always thought, oh, Godwin's going to come back, Evan's going to come back, Jalen McMillan's going to come back. Well, let's look at those guys. Evan's going to be hurt till near the end of the year. Godwin's is now going to be hurt until early December. Jalen McMillan doesn't have a timetable for his return. Everything has worked out in Tez Johnson's favor to take over a big playmaking role in this offense. He's kind of what Jalen McMillan was last season when he went on a streak of like 5 catches a game with a touchdown almost in 5 straight games. He's kind of doing the same thing. So Tez Johnson for the next month or so should be an automatic. You should go get this guy off the waiver wire if you have the chance. If you wanted an extra option like an honorable mention because Alec Pierce is on a bye, I'd recommend Trey Tucker, who's going to be facing the Dallas Cowboys this week. So as bad as they looked on Thursday against the Broncos, again, every offense needs a good reset. Dallas is almost just as good as the Cincinnati Bengals pass defense in terms of a pure like full reset. Plus, with Jacoby Myers gone, Trey Tucker's role should only grow a little more. Finally, let's go to tight end here. Tight end's been great this season. Honestly, tight end's been really fun to see this season. There have been a lot of options coming out, but we see injuries all the time. Rondé Gadsden is probably not in a good position right now. He's questionable. We don't know exactly what a timetable is for his injury or how serious it could be. So you might need to look for a couple guys. Well, how about first Cade Otton? Cade Otton, we just talked about Tez Johnson opening up opportunities with all the injuries. Cade Otton is the same thing. Last season, with all the injuries to all the big skill position receivers, Cade Otton stepped up, and he was great in that role. He fell immediately once they all came back, but it shows that he is very capable and very much can do exactly what they need of him if they ask him to do it. And I think they're going to ask him to do a lot more this last month, so I think he's an automatic pickup. Same with Dalton Schultz. I've never been a big Dalton Schultz fan like the last couple of years that he's been on the Texans, but man, this year he's really stepping up. This offense is designed to show him off a lot more. He's getting more looks, more targets. He's getting more consistent volume. He's already sneaked up near the top 10 of tight ends this season. So yeah, he's a perfect waiver wire add and probably a guy you should consider having on your roster long-term rest of season as a possible tight end starter. And that's going to do it here today. Thank you so much for watching. You can follow us on any of our socials down at the bottom here. We do waiver wire ads. We do stuff for flex plays, must starts, must sits. We come out with multiple videos a week. If you have any sort of questions on waiver wire guys, you can let us know in the comments down below. If you have any questions on guys you want to drop, if you're thinking of any drop candidates to pick up some of these waiver wire options, let us know. We can offer advice. We can offer a second opinion. Let us know in the comments. All right, and that'll do it. In a complex fantasy world, just make sure to stay simple. God bless everyone.